Flippy Update.
Do you want fries with that?
That's right. Time for the Flippy Update. Flippy is our colloquial name for the disembodied robot arms that are taking our jobs, enslaving our children, and flirting with our spouses. We use talking about Flippy as a way to explore all the new, fun, and exciting ways that robots are taking over the world and just how there's nothing we can do about it. We got an interesting take on the Flippy Update here today, Gonz, and I'm hoping that you will take my hand and let me lead you down this this exploration.
Oh, you have a flying
Flippy
carpet?
Through the ages. Yes, a whole new robot. This so it's a Flippy in two parts. And we're starting over here at futurism.com.
Oh.
And we are tuning in, not with Flippy proper, but with Spot. You know, Spot, the sort of dystopian robo dog that is cute and cuddly, but also has a penchant for enslaving humanity in all sorts of nasty ways. This is coming from, like I said, futurism.com. The headline is China straps loudspeakers to robot dog so it can scream at people to stay home, just in case they still didn't get the message. Now, this will not come as a surprise to you Flippy veterans. We all throughout the pandemic where robots were suddenly put into pseudo law enforcement positions because it was just too dangerous for a human to tell you to stay in your house. And this was, but like we love to remember, history, may not repeat itself, but it does rhyme. So a little update here. A robot dog in Shanghai, China, surprise, surprise, is roaming the streets, barking COVID-19 safety instructions through a loudspeaker crudely strapped to its back amid one of the tightest lockdowns the city has faced since the beginning of the pandemic. Videos widely circulating online show the small black quadruped scuttling down an empty city street while blaring out instructions via a megaphone loosely slung around its back with what appears to be black and yellow caution tape.
So lazy. Come on, China. Give that a little more of a presentation there if you're going to do the dystopian robots. It is the funniest
part because, of course we know Spot here from Boston Dynamics is... I don't know if this is actually officially Spot, but it's a robot dog.
I thought China had their own.
Known. They do. That's why it's not. This is not Boston Dynamics, but we're going to call them Spot anyways. These robot dogs are known and designed to be highly modular. You're supposed to be able to put an arm on it if you need an arm, put a gun on it if you need a gun, put a sensor array or a drone launch platform. These are all things that the dog is designed to accommodate. But apparently there's no megaphone attachment, so they just had to kind of tape one onto its back, which it just shows a sort of speed and haste at which they needed to yell at people for leaving their homes.
The idea of, here are the robot dogs. Does it bark? Oh no, we forgot to.
Oh no, we forgot the speaker. Quick,
strap one on.
The article continues. A dystopian nightmare or a cute demonstration of public health tech? We'll let you decide on that one. Then they got a video here you can play. Shanghai is currently facing one of its most serious waves of confirmed cases of COVID yet. The city has been in full lockdown since the end of March, with a new subvariant of the Omicron variant driving a spike in illness. Robot dogs aren't the only machines patrolling the streets here. Chinese officials have also reportedly used drones that also told residents to stay at home, according to the Times. According to Reuters, residents aren't even allowed to leave their homes to take out their trash. Despite the strict lockdown measures, Shanghai reported less than 8,000 asymptomatic cases. That is weird. What are you laughing at?
I'm looking at the video of the thing, and the backward bending knees makes it look more like a bug, but also it looks very janky.
It is a janky one
with the megaphone strapped on. I mean, it looks like I can hop in a Humvee and just run it over. That's what I would
probably don't even need a Humvee. You could do it with a Kia Sportage. Despite the strict lockdown measures, Shanghai, and also that's robo hate. You can't talk. You can't threaten robots anymore. Okay.
Robo road rage. Yeah.
If you know what's good for you, you should not threaten these robots. I can only stand up for you for so long after I've won
I didn't say you.
the robot.
I didn't say I am going to do it or you should do it. I'm saying
Gonz, I've only gotten so much pull with these robots, man. Despite the strict lockdown measures, Shanghai reported less than 8,000 asymptomatic cases and 438 symptomatic cases on April 3rd, a far cry from much more severe past outbreaks of COVID in other parts of the world.
It's turning into COVID.
I know. Well, see, hold on. One last paragraph. Whether a robot dog with a loudspeaker will prevent those numbers from rising exponentially remains to be seen, but we'll wager a guess and say it won't exactly have a very big impact, if any. And I think we would agree. It's not necessarily the impact on COVID that is the most valuable part to the technocratic hive mind future dystopian societal structure. It is the very fact of programming people to obey a robot, obey a little dog with a megaphone strapped to its back that has the highest potential for benefiting the future technocracy, technocratic dystopia. So, quick point to make here, and keep this in mind as we hit our next story. We've talked about the future of the technocracy and what the world can look like. And China has always been a wonderful example of the exact future that we are talking about. Yeah. And especially when it comes to COVID, where we repeat over and over that at any moment they can flip the switch and turn on the COVID frenzy again, try to control our lives again, whether it's with humans or with robots.
And it seems like with every iteration of the lockdown, another COVID outbreak, they're going to release more robots into the streets.
More
to
severe.
Monitor
everybody. Exactly.
So
So what we are looking at here on this article is a potential reflection of our future and the role that the robot dog is playing.
You're saying the future in the West. Because this is reality for China here.
Because it's the current reality in China, but we're talking about our future in the West. Over here, next article, UPI.com. Headline, Robot Dog patrolling the ruins of ancient Italian city Pompeii.
Oh, wow.
That's right. Okay. Officials in Italy say they have enlisted the service of a robot dog to patrol the ancient ruins of the city of Pompeii with the mechanical quadruped's duties, including identifying safety issues and finding tunnels created by thieves.
Wow.
I did not know this was a problem in Pompeii, but apparently they have the mole people are looting it for its riches. The Pompeii Archaeological Park announced Spot, a dog-like robot developed by U.S. firm Boston Dynamics, is now wandering the ancient ruins of the city, which was destroyed by a volcanic eruption nearly 2,000 years ago. The park said Spot's duties include inspecting the ancient buildings for dangerous structural issues.
I would imagine the robot running into one of the walls is much more dangerous to the structural integrity of ancient buildings than
Spot would never
people.
Do that. Assessing the progress of restoration work and identifying and inspecting tunnels created by relic thieves.
Wow.
Quote, often the safety conditions within the tunnels dug by grave robbers are extremely precarious. And so the use of a robot could signify a breakthrough that would allow us to proceed with greater speed and in total safety, said some guy whose name I can't pronounce. The robot is the latest in a series of efforts to improve conditions at the park, which was cited by the UN Educational, Scientific, and Cultural
there it is, the UN.
Organization.
The UN rolling out robot dogs. To patrol ancient sites. Okay.
And Pompeii's in peril. So not only do you have robot dogs patrolling the streets in an example of what our possible dystopian technocratic medical tyranny future is, but we've also got robot dogs patrolling the site of an ancient historical apocalypse. I mean, the Pompeii is like the most prescient example of how a force of God, a volcano, can wipe out an entire civilization. So you've got the apocalypse of the future, and you've got the apocalypse of the past, and robots are patrolling both of them. I found this in the on the cork board, connecting the dots with the red yarn, and the frenzied explanation of how these robots are wiggling their way into our lives. The message is received. News. I've got the message. The robot dogs are in the apocalypse of the past, the apocalypse of the future. They are ever present in the dystopian or apocalyptic destruction of society as we know it. And you know what, Gonz? When the robots speak, you better listen, because they're telling you what's up right now.
It's all coming together.
There you go. Any thoughts, fears, regrets, anything you'd like to add to this?
Buying Boston Dynamics stock when we first started looking at it in 2013. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I think you covered it well there.
I think we got it. I think it's a very powerful message, and that's why we bring to you the Flippy updates, because these are the types of things we need to pay attention to, as if we didn't have enough things going on. That is your Flippy update for the day.
Very good. And yeah, we'd like to do this despite whatever else is going on in every episode, because the progress is still happening, whether or not you're paying attention to it or not. And we try to pay attention to the
relentless march of robots through time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're coming for you.
They're coming.